It is another Tuesday. It is Tuesday Tea at 2. Season 3, Episode 4, the number of foundations and structures and stability and solid ground. And I had my stability and solid ground and foundation here with Kai and I for a couple of days. My parents and my sisters were in town. So if you saw my post right before posting up about Tuesday Tea at 2, I put some pictures up just to share our awesome vibes. It was a short but sweet visit just to manifest some magic, as we like to do every so often whenever we can, especially with an Aquarius new moon on the way tomorrow. What's up, Mrs. Rowe? How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for joining on IG. I am live on IG as well as on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Peace Queen, Alafia, how are you? I'm in a bittersweet, somber mood kind of vibe, but like still super vibing high just from the time and the visit and the stay. But you know, feeling the, because they're gone now, you know. I'm wearing my daddy's shirt. Every time he comes, you have to you have to leave me a sweater or a shirt or something. So I got one of his man shirts this time. So in honor of my family, of my parents, I'm wearing his shirt for my Tuesday Tea at 2. I'm a total daddy's girl. My mom is my best friend, but I'm a daddy's girl. So it's kind of equal anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's a different energy. It's a different dynamic. But I am absolutely 100% a daddy's girl. So the return is next Wednesday, episode 57. Queen, happy early birthday blessings to you. Much love. Many more trips around Ra for you, Queen. Oh my goodness. And you look fabulous, darling. Fabulous. 57 where? 57 what? I hope everybody's good. I hope you are feeling just the upsurgence of energy. You know, we had this planetary alignment vibe, 6 planets visible in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Everything just coming into form and experience in divine timing. The future is now. And just know that it's about focusing on the what and not the when. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep your vision, hold your vision, but don't get caught up in being impatient, thinking that something that you think you want should come when you think it should come. You know, just focus on what it is and know that timing is divine. Know that spirit knows, God knows, your higher self knows. And oftentimes when things don't come and we think that it's a delay or whatever it may be, it's actually a blessing in disguise. It's like that rejection is protection type stuff. You know what I mean? So just let it rock, just let it flow, just let it grow, just let it go. The detachment is so key to manifest the things that we want ultimately. So put it up and out. At the end of the day, it's all within you. If it's meant to be, it cannot miss you anyway. So isn't it worth the wait whenever it comes? Like, no matter what. Again, harvest season is continuous. You don't want it all at the same time. So just let it be. Let nature take its course. Let things flow. And it is already yours. It is already yours. So give thanks in advance. Ashe. Face card never declines. I love that. Yes, Queen. Absolutely. Absolutely. So still in honor of thinking of my family and just connecting, since they were literally here like a couple of hours ago and are on the road heading back to Canada right now. I'm tapping into hibiscus tea today. We are from St. Lucia, so hibiscus is not our national flower, but it is kind of like our national flower. It is definitely a symbol of very specific. Oh, sorry. I have. Oh, thank you. Sorry, my mail, guys. How are you? Hi. Thank you so much. No, not at all. I was doing a live. It's all good. Perfect timing. Okay. Thank you. Thanks. Awesome. Sorry for the interruption, but you know when bells ring, it's like such a beautiful cosmic confirmation of whatever energy you're in alignment with at the moment. So I was just talking about St. Lucia and the hibiscus flower and my family being here. And then I get a package. So I got to give a shout out to my sissy, Kimata, who sent me a package. And I knew it was coming. It was coming today. I got it, sissy. I got it. So you made the live. I'm totally going to edit this clip and send it to her. This is so perfect. Family, love, vibes. It's everything. So all of that to say, hibiscus for today, tapping in to St. Lucia, tapping into my roots, to my family, and as a result as well, tapping into bloodstone, also known as heliotrope, but bloodstone is all about bringing in the energy with your bloodline, with your ancestral line, with your DNA activations. Awesome for immune boosting of all kinds. If you put bloodstone in a little glass of water right by your bed, it's really, really good for sleep, but also just to absorb anything that doesn't serve, internally, externally, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of that. Absorbs it up. You can toss the water out and just kind of get yourself in this energy of perfect health, and perfect alignment. So that's the vibe. Hibiscus is also an awesome antioxidant. It's really good for any menstrual type stuff. If you're also stagnant in regards to your cycle, if let's say you're a couple weeks late or whatever the case is and your period's not coming, you could drink hibiscus tea to kind of help it, come down. And you have to be extra mindful if you're pregnant, for example, and not drink hibiscus tea because of the same kind of alignment with the womb and hormonally and stuff like that. It can actually, spur on early contractions or labor and stuff like that. So it kind of gets things jogging. So if you don't want things jogging too much down there, hold off on the hibiscus. But if you need things to kind of move and shake a little bit, hook up a little bit of hibiscus. Great for blood sugar. It's good for blood pressure. So again, tapping into the alignment of bloodstone, perfect connection and alignment and symmetry and synergy with them there as well. And for liver health, it's really good for both of them in that sense. So that is the vibe. Those are the vibes for this week. Hibiscus, tapping into my family in St. Lucia, and bloodstone, bringing in the ancestral alignment. So I give thanks to you and to Baba Ozain, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows. Asheo. And hibiscus has like this kind of soury kind of flavor to it, but it's got the sweetness. And when you really steep it, especially for a really long time, it gets super red. So it brings in the blood energy, which is again why it's the perfect alignment for bloodstone as well. See what I did there? See what spirit did there? Totally. So I do have a very, very important errand to run. So I am going to be wrapping this up sooner than later. I do try to keep the lives at like 30 minutes or so anyway, and definitely go till at least 2:22 so we can do our 2:22 declarations, but I may kind of wrap it up pretty quickly after 2:22. So just a heads up. I'm manifesting money. I hear you, Queen. Money is energy like everything else. Money is abundance. Money is stuff. Money is the things, the things, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, bring in the idea, like I talked about last week, of who you are and who you want to be. When you focus on the who you are, who you want to be, your purposeful work, your vision, your mastery, the things come no matter what. Whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's family reunion, whatever it is that you are trying to manifest into form and experience, has no choice but to reach you. It's more things. It's even the things that you can't even think about or fathom manifesting, ultimately. When you are in vibration, when you are in alignment with your highest self, with your divine mission, with your soul's purpose, no matter what it is, you focus on that, it's attract. There is no chase. There's no chasing. There's nothing you're going to need to chase. There's nothing you're going to need to be like, oh, I want this, so I'm going to do this under the new moon, under the da-da-da-da-da-da. We could do all of that. Absolutely. But when you are in that alignment, when you are in that vibration, the stuff that you could script and you can write and you can manifest and you can vision and all of it, it is more. It is more. It is more. That's what's coming through. The more in store. Listen, that's what's coming through. So yes, manifest your money. Yes, come into your alignment and vibration and do all of the scripting and do all of the declarations and do all of the things. Again, I always talk about those 4 walls of manifesting. What it is that you think, what it is that you feel, what it is that you speak or say, and the things that you do, your deeds. Those 4 things have to come into alignment for the things, for that roof, for the manifestation to actually be able to come down and stay solid. Because without 4 solid walls, that roof can come down and it's going to come down. It's not going to stay up ultimately. So it's exactly the same thing in regards to your manifestations, right? You have to have that alignment for your thoughts, for your words, for your deeds, for your feelings, so that you're not giving mixed messages and emotions up to the universe, to our subconscious. Because again, the subconscious and the universe is only there to prove to us what it is that we think and feel and say and do. Gotcha. Here you go. They're not going to say, you know what, she really doesn't want that. That's not really good. So we're not going to, oh, she's beating the drum of lack. We're not going to do, we're going to give her money instead. No, that's not how it works, unfortunately. But fortunately at the same time, because when we do come into alignment and we get it, and we're just focused on the high vibes, regardless of what happens, and especially when the things that we don't want manifest, that's the learning. Because then we have to be responsible in terms of our responses versus our reactions, and say, how did I contribute to this manifestation? Because it could not come through if we did not put that energy out. It couldn't, you know what I'm saying? So when you take that responsibility and acknowledge your responses versus your reactions and realize, you know what? Chances are that happened because I did this, or I said this, but I thought that, or I said this and I did that, or I felt this, but I thought that, and they were contradictory. That's when we kind of go in and we have to, again, be responsible and acknowledge where that contradiction is, where that dissonance is, and make the change. And once the change is made and we can adjust and align and realign, that's when we're making space for the things that we actually want to come into form and experience versus the things that will happen because of what it is that we're putting out there ultimately. So it's always a learning experience. It's always lessons and blessings through this whole process. But we couldn't have practicing faith if we did not have some things to fear in that sense, some things to kind of be worried about. Because that's when we're like, you know what, I'm not going to choose the fear. Yes, I could worry about this thing that I'm so unsure of, or I don't know what's going to happen, or whatever it is, but I'm going to believe and receive that it's going to be this. And this is where I'm going to focus my attention. And once your attention is on that, there is no other way. Like, it cannot not be. You know what I'm saying? Like, good, bad, or ugly. Where you put your attention, like, that is what's going to come. That's what's going to come into fruition. That's what's going to come into form and experience. So go through it. Practice it. It is all about the practice. We are here. It is school, y'all. It is school. So we gonna get some tests. It's okay. And we have to do it with grace and gratitude and be open to the learning, be open to the growth. Because without that, then what are we here for? We're supposed to just get it. You know what I mean? Like, if our soul just remembered everything, it would kind of be a boring experience. And I don't think our soul would choose that, because we're here to actually evolve into something. This is North Node alignment. We're here to grow, to step out of comfort zones, to figure out why we came back here, what we're here to do. What is that thing again? What is the soul mission? What is the soul purpose? So, challenge, training. That's what's up. That's what's up. It would be boring otherwise. Hi, Tonio. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Sirius Blake. I miss you, King. How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? How you feeling? How you doing? All right. We're going to pick a card. So for those who know, stop top, stop bottom when I start shuffling over. And if a single card flies out, then Spirit chose for us. We will go with that card. And then we are going to see what flows for our message for this week. Give thanks. Stop top, stop bottom. Somebody, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Come on. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. What's it gonna be? Somebody gonna give it to me. Stop top, Mrs. Rowe. Mrs. Rowe got it on Instagram. So we're gonna go with stop top. Number 49, the law of secondary causation. Stop reacting and start being the person you've always desired to be. Like, is that not confirming everything that I just said, literally? When I was like, response versus react, the responsibility of it. Like, hello, here it is. This is cause and effect. This is the classic stuff. So no matter what it is that you put out, boomerang, that's what's gonna come back. It's just the math of it. That's the math. The math is mathin'. That's the science, and nature is the original science. So no matter what, the things, again, whatever you're thinking and feeling and speaking and doing, you're putting that energy out. You're letting the universe know This is who I am. This is where I am, right? They're saying who you want to be, but what you're emitting is what you're telling the universe that you are. You can only attract what you are, who you are. And you have to be, again, as consistent with the message that you're sending out, because other than that, it is stagnation. So even if you think you're putting an energy out in regards to spirit, this is who I am and this is what I want, and it's the thing that you're thinking of, for example. If you're thinking, I'm so confident and I'm going to start doing my lives and I'm going to put myself on Instagram and whatever it is, and you're thinking that and that's the plan or whatever, but then there's this pit in your stomach that's like, I'm so nervous. Oh my God, can I do this? What do I know? I can't just go on live. I can't just like talk off. Like, what am I going to say? Like a contradiction. And the universe then says, I'm going to wait until you know exactly what you want, because we're not really sure right now. So we're going to wait, and then we wonder why things are stagnant. We wonder why things aren't moving, because we wanted to be we're going to be on Instagram and we're going to do it. And it's like, yeah, but that's what you're thinking, or that's what you're saying. But then the feeling is making you do something different. Or it's making you hesitate. And then you're not really doing it, right? Or you're not consistent about it, or whatever it may be, because of those contradictions. So it's good too to take your time before you actually make any concrete decisions, so that you can see if those four walls are in alignment, are as solid as each other, to bring down that roof. Because again, what you are putting out is what you are going to get back. Stop reacting. This energy of responsibility, the ability to respond, is in direct contrast to reacting. We react when we're emotional. We're in reactionary mode more often than not when we're triggered by something. Now let's think of the word triggered, ultimately. The idea of triggered is being on the other end of somebody's weapon, right? That is the visual that you'll get when you're triggered by someone, or you trigger someone. So you pull that trigger, it's this combustive kind of energy. That's what trigger and triggering does, right? You're giving so much power to someone to allow you to be triggered in that regard. And especially when you think about the word itself being very highly combustible, it's not a positive feeling. It is not. And that's where, again, why it inspires a reaction from us. Something that is very emotional, something that doesn't allow us to kind of be calm and thoughtful and take a moment and be in an energy of, let me feel and think this through before I decide what to say or do. Let me think and feel this through before I decide what to say or do. Spirit just gave me that. Like that just like, and there's a little rhyme thing to it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody write that down. You know what I mean? Because for real, think and feel first. You got to stop for a minute before you say or do. Because as soon as you just say or do, you can't take that back. The thinking and the feeling is internal. It is silent. It is yours. Nobody can tell you what you feel. They can't hear what you think. You know what I'm saying? But once you say and once you do, there it is. You can't necessarily just take it back that easily. And you definitely can't say that, well, oh, that's not what I meant. A lot of times we say and do and then say, but that's not what I meant. But if you think first and if you feel first before you say and do, then chances are you're not going to have to say, but that's not what I meant. Because you've already processed. What do I really mean? What do I really feel? What do I really think? Now this is what I'm going to say. Response versus react. So this energy of stop reacting to give us literally that confirmation when that's exactly what I was talking about on the top of this live is very, very powerful. When I posted this week's rising sign messages, there were a lot of warnings from the majority of the rising signs. If you know your rising sign, check out my new YouTube series. Every Sunday night, I post short messages for each rising sign of what to most keep in mind and heart through the week. A lot of messages for a lot of us because it seems to be quite a combustible week ahead. I know for me, it already started. Like I knew going into Monday what it was going to be, let alone we're only on Tuesday. But I got the message that I needed to get. As an Aquarius rising, what I channeled for fellow Aquarians, I was able to hear that and see that to prepare myself for whatever may come and what I was, again, already knowing that I was going into on Monday. But to then now on Tuesday, to get this confirmation here that we have to be mindful about the reaction of things, because there's a lot of times we're in an experience, we're dealing with a particular energy of dissonance or conflict or challenge or whatever it may be, and then our thoughts are spinning and our feelings, our emotions are super triggered, right? And then we're triggered by this thing, and then it is actually our reaction that makes the thing worse than the thing that we thought or felt about in the first place, which is why it is so important to take time with the thoughts, take time with the feelings, so that you can come more into an alignment of responsibility, the ability to respond versus react. The reaction, more often than not, makes the situation so much more worse, like so much worse. It's not worth it. It's not. More often than not, it's not worth it. Hola Flora, welcome, welcome. Yummy by Trish, welcome, welcome. Goddess Essence, welcome, welcome. I see you, my beauties. I see you on the IG. See, I had to keep it going on IG. I switched over to YouTube, but it's not even a switch, you know what I mean? Because I'm still here. It's kind of on an angle though for y'all, because I gotta, I do all of my edits and stuff on YouTube because the visuals better. There's no writing and all the stuff on the side. Like it's a nice clean, So I have to keep it super straight on the YouTube, but then it's a little bit of an angle on the IG. But I know y'all good. I know we good. Word up. Peace and power to the live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Queen. Appreciate you. I see Andres. Hello, hello. On the YouTube, we are drinking hibiscus tea. Taking another sip. I felt a little tickle. I was trying to avoid the cough, but it didn't happen. Y'all, excuse me. Do not react. Come into a vibration, and it's 222, of responsibility. Ashe? Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Perfect timing. Asheo. It's all good, love. Thank you. I haven't had my hibiscus just yet. Now you're thirsty. Enjoy, 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 enjoy. So we've got the number 49 energy here. I started off because we are episode 4, season 3, episode 4 today. And I started off talking about number 4 being the number of stability and structures and foundations. And that my family was here, 4 members of my family, my parents and my 2 sisters. So again, divine timing of it all. And them being ultimately my foundation and structure and stability and all of that, right? And then we're in a 9 year. The energy of the number 9 is about the end of cycles. It's about completion, preparing ourselves for the number 10 energy of new beginnings, of a new cycle. So when we come into this, again, so much happening, when things align, like the planets aligning and all these things, when you tap into that kind of energy and you name it and claim it and demand it and command it, it's real, but it is just the words. And that is why it is so important for those, again, number 4, the 4 walls of manifestation. Your thoughts, your feelings, your words, your deeds. They have to be in alignment for those 4 walls to be equal, for them to be solid, for there to be that solid structure, right? You need them all solid for that roof to come down. When that roof comes down, if there's one wall that is lower than the other because I'm so solid and so sure about how I feel, but I'm not really thinking that, and now I'm in the doubt and in the imposter syndrome and then it's not leveled. And then how is the roof it's gonna collapse, right? So you can't really bring in the manifestation to begin with. And if it does, it's not gonna be secure, it's not gonna last, it's gonna go as quickly as it came. These are the things that we have to keep in mind and heart as we are processing, as we are manifesting, as we are calling forth, bringing forth, because these are all already ours and all already within us. It's about removing, taking away the debris and the detriment that does not serve. And then all of a sudden, again, that everything is rising into place. Nothing is falling. It is only up from here, which is what inspired me to focus my horoscope videos, my oracle observations on rising signs, because that is the avatar. Rising sign energy is what you are doing on the day-to-day, the mundane energy. what you're here to do. So when we think about reading our horoscope every day and trying to get a little bit of a guidance and message and whatever of how to proceed in a specific day, tap into your rising sign energy. Tap into messages in regards to your rising sign, because that is definitely going to dictate and influence a lot more in regards to your day-to-day endeavors. So whether it's my series or any in general, learning just about your rising sign energy, because we're very, very focused on the sun sign. And that's important because it's like the soul's zodiac, right? What we're trying to get ourselves into, kind of like North Node energy, how we're expanding ourselves. But where we are, what we're doing, and how we're maneuvering on a day-to-day, that is rising sign energy. And it is very, very specific to you because rising signs change every 2 hours based on your birth time. So you can be a Taurus, like I'm a Taurus, because we were born within the 30 days between April and May, in that, time frame that everybody born in that time frame is a Taurus. But somebody could be born the same day as me, 2 hours difference, and we're different rising signs. And it completely changes our energy. These are the reasons when we, kind of look at the distinctions and stuff like that. It's important, and when you grow. The more you know, the more you grow. I always say that, right? Like, it's not always about the more you grow, the more you know. It goes both ways, but ultimately, just learn. Because the more you grow, the more you're learning, the more you're studying, the more you, again, rising into place. It's only up from here. Nothing is falling. So, hello, Dilawarli. Welcome. Thank you for joining the live. I'm going to wrap it up because, like I said, I do have a very, very important errand to run. So I'm going to get a head start on that. But we will choose our angel number. So somebody give me the time. If you're still here, whoever's still here, I like when y'all tell me the time. And we're going to wrap it up. Somebody tell me the time, please. Thank you, Queen Goddess. I see you. Brap, brap, brap. I see you. We making magic. Pure vibes. Pure vibes. For real, for real. What time is it? You can tell me the time? I see you. I see you. And I see some people on YouTube too. Thank you. Welcome. I'm new on this platform, so it's always nice when people will pop in to give somebody new a chance, to give someone new a shot. I'm here every Tuesday at 2. 2:28. Thank you, Sirius Blake. I appreciate you. And this is actually our 3rd week in a row. So that means I am wrapping up 3 weeks in a row with 2:28. There's something to be said about that. Recognize value. Building a life relies on gratitude for what you already have. Hold something in your heart that is dear to you. Visualize it and feel the appreciation you have for it fill your soul. Feel the uplifting emotions flow through you. Feel the overflowing of love that comes from connecting to divine gratitude. The attitude of gratitude determines your altitude. How good do you want it? How high do you want to go? What is the vantage point? How do you want to see this eagle eye view that you have the potential to see? Again, when we think about things rising into place, nothing is falling. We say everything is falling into place. Nah, everything is rising into place. Nothing is falling. It is only up from here. And the more we focus on gratitude, especially when things aren't as ideal as we want them to be, that is everything. That is everything. It is literally what determines exactly how high you're going to go. We can bring ourselves down easy anytime because society conditions us to focus and beat the drum of the things that we don't want. And then as a result, we wonder like, oh, why does this keep happening? Because it's all you're thinking about. You know what I mean? So now let's kind of switch it up. And of course, there's so much that we still want. There's so much that we still want and so much more to get. But what has already come? What have you already manifested? What dreams have already come true? What things did you think would take forever? And then it happened. That's the energy to focus on. That's the vibration to put yourself in and to stay in, to ultimately continue bringing all of that in, to continue to attract that more and more and more in store of that. So that is what this is about. Recognize the value of yourself, ultimately, what you've already done and accomplished and experienced, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because sometimes we don't pay attention to the things that were so unfavorable that in the moment we're like, oh my God, this is like the worst. And then we look forward or backward and we're like, yo, if that didn't happen, this couldn't have happened. We don't take enough time to go back and look at the things that we wish didn't happen. But if that thing didn't happen, this thing that we're like, thank you, God, would not have happened. That changes your perspective completely, because that means in every moment that something negative happens, you should be able to learn from that and go, you know what though? Let me not judge this thing too quick though. Let me hold this thing here, right here for a minute and be grateful in advance for whatever lesson and blessing is going to come from it. Name it, claim it, demand it, command it. What is going to positively come into this, how I'm going to alchemize it, how I, not even just waiting for something good and expecting all of that too, expect, assume, all of that. But what are you going to do to then say, you know what? This may not feel too good right now. This might not look too good right now, but this is what I'm going to do with it to make it just right, so that I can be grateful for this thing that I would have not asked for, that I don't want ultimately, but it's here for a reason and I'm going to make it work for me. Yup. Changes the vibe completely. And when your vibe is changed and it's up, yo, you can only go up. It is literally only up from there. So recognize value, be grateful for all of it that you have, everything that has come, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is all for you. Whatever happens, tell yourself, this is happening for me. This is not happening to me. It changes everything. I promise you. You'll see it for yourself. And again, just in this moment of thinking about recognizing value, and you can look back, write 3 things down that you wish didn't happen, but because that thing happened, something awesome happened as a result of it. It completely changes your perspective. There's no way that it can't. And that means going forward in every moment and every moment to come, whatever happens that is unfavorable, you have to look at it different and be like, you know what? I can't wait to see what this turns into. And I can't wait to see what I turn it into. So let's work that magic. Good, bad, or ugly. Alchemize it, transform it, transmute it. That's the power that you have as a co-creator and co-curator of this experience. We are creators and we are curators. We can create something out of nothing, and we can alchemize something based on the cards that were dealt. That's the difference between creating and curating. Do the work. It's yours. It's all yours. It's all yours. Okay, I'm going. I appreciate y'all. I love you, love you, love you. Until next week, I will be back here, as always, Tuesday tea at 2. It'll be episode 5, season 3. Keeping it going, keeping it going. And I'm going to start doing some other lives and things like that. Follow me on YouTube, please. Follow me on YouTube, Back to Natural on YouTube, because I will definitely be doing my lives more exclusively there. But I am keeping the Tuesday tea at 2 live on Instagram as well, because I do have my dedicated followers that I have to show up for. So Goddess Essence said, I no longer believe in bad experiences. They are learning experiences. Every single one, every single time. And when you decide that that's what it is, whether, like, the thing is, no matter what you believe, you will receive. Good, bad, or ugly. It's a placebo, right? If somebody takes a sugar pill and they had a headache and they believe that this was, oh, that's the new pill that they said in 3.2 seconds, it takes the headache away. What makes you think that in 3.2 seconds, their headache is not going to be gone if they genuinely believed that they're trying that new drug that makes their headache go away in 3.2 seconds? Which means you got the power. That's what that means. Do it with everything. Everything could be a placebo. Believe it, receive it. Because more often than not, when we don't believe something that we want is because we're believing someone else. Why would we do that? Why would we do that if it's just about the belief? That means we're literally choosing to put belief in something outside of us, but we're deciding it instead of taking it internal and be like, you know what? I don't want to name and claim. Why would I want that? I'm going to do this. And even if it's delusional, why not? Is it not delusional to believe in a sugar pill and then all of a sudden it works? It worked though. It worked though. So how about that? How about that? Bring it in. Call it forth. It is all here. It is all here. I'm going. I appreciate you. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. Until next week, lest we forget, in the meantime and in between time to get back to natural. Peace.